And we begin tonight with developing news in Phoenix, a really scary situation. 4 kids are recovering after being left in a hot car. It happened yesterday afternoon about 3:40, the hottest time of the day. Thanks for joining us tonight for 12 News at 10. I'm Mark Curtis. Caribe's off tonight. Phoenix police say the father of those kids is now facing a long list of felony charges. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono is live outside Phoenix Police headquarters. And Bianca, the big question is, where was the father?
Mark, it'll make your stomach turn when you hear, because police say he was inside an adult shop, and they say he left his kids inside that car for close to an hour.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
A shocking scene in Phoenix Thursday afternoon. Body camera footage showing police officers finding 4 children under the age of 10 left inside of a hot car. The windows were rolled up and the car was off.
Do you want some water?
It's unfathomable, to be honest.
Sergeant Rob Shear says someone called 911 reporting the dangerous situation. When officers arrived to the area of 24th Street in Madison, they found 3 of the kids inside the car and 1 outside, and they were in distress.
Pink, red skin, sweating, crying, that kind of thing, that kind of showed officers kind of the severity of where this could have gone.
Fire crews responded too, and the internal temperature of all of the kids was 100 degrees. Inside the car, even after the doors had been opened by officers for several minutes, it was 125 degrees.
In the utmost precaution, each child was transported to a nearby hospital just to kind of be observed and looked over.
The next question, where was their guardian? It turns out their father, 38-year-old Asensio Largo, had left them in the heat to visit this adult shop, and police say he had been inside for close to an hour.
Officers originally saw him and asked him, hey, is that your car? And he denied it being his car. That's troublesome also. Obviously, once it's clear those are his kids, and that's Dad.
Miraculously, the 4 small children are expected to be okay, but Largo has been booked on 8 felony charges.
They're inside of a car for upwards of an hour, which I can't even imagine what they, time-wise, felt it to be. Really hot, and then you're also now seeing officers put your dad in custody. I mean, that's the trauma associated with that is just profound.
As the Department of Child Safety conducts its own investigation, police find themselves once again urging parents to never leave their kids inside the car.
It's wild to me that 50 minutes wasn't enough time to turn this into some sort of tragedy. It's just, and me as a father, I can't wrap my head around it, to be honest.
As a reminder, experts say it takes only 10 minutes for the internal temperature of a car to go up by 20 degrees. Rolling the windows down does not help, and a child's body temperature increases 5 times faster than an adult. Again, the good news in this case is the kids are expected to be okay. We're live in Phoenix tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Bianca, thanks. A really lucky outcome. Developing in Chandler tonight, police say a man is in custody after shooting and killing a woman. Police were called out to Arizona Avenue and Chandler Boulevard just after 5 o'clock. When they arrived, they found the woman unresponsive inside an apartment. She was pronounced dead at the scene. A second woman then told officers her adult son was barricaded inside a bathroom, claiming to be armed and refusing to come out. SWAT teams came in and used less lethal weapons and a canine to get the man into custody. Detectives are now investigating this as a homicide. New at 10, a DCS investigation into the group home where Emily Pike was living before her murder is now complete. In late January, the 14-year-old ran away from the Mesa group home she lived in. It was called Sacred Journey. Weeks later, her remains were found in trash bags near Globe. Following that, DCS received a licensing complaint alleging the staff at the group home never reported the incident to the DCS hotline, which is required by the state. In their investigation, DCS confirmed that it was true and have now asked Sacred Journey to update their policies and procedures to ensure the requirements are met. A department spokesperson tells 12 News they've already made that change. Meanwhile, Pike's murder has never been solved. Well, take a look at this surveillance video. 2 men caught on camera trying to break into a garage. It happened Wednesday night in Ahwatukee just after midnight. The burglars started off with one of the vehicles in the driveway and then found the garage door opener, used that to get inside. A few minutes later, they quickly come back outside, get in their truck, and take off. The homeowner thinks they saw the camera in the garage and got spooked.
one thing if it's your car, but when they actually come into your house, and prior to this, we didn't lock the garage door from the house into the garage. So at that point, they pretty much had full reign and everybody's asleep. So definitely uncomfortable.
No one was hurt, and the homeowner has since added another camera. He also suggests that you double check that your cameras are all working, and some of his neighbors discovered their cameras weren't actively recording when it happened. So, Lindsay, lesson learned.
Yeah, really scary.
Here we are, the end of the week. What does it look like for the weekend?
Well, things are going to be a little bit warm this weekend, but if you are planning on outdoor activities, especially up in the high country, we are going to be storm free. So a good looking weekend from that perspective, from an outdoor activity perspective, although in the valley, it's going to be a hot weekend. 107 for the high tomorrow and 109 on Sunday. So temperatures very warm, above average. A few added clouds on Sunday. Up in Flagstaff, though, that's where it'll feel a little refreshing. 82 on Saturday, 85 degrees Sunday, and again, storm free. The White Mountains a little bit warmer, getting into the 90s by Sunday, and 100 degrees in Sedona by Monday, low 90s along the rim. Here's a look at our Saturday hour by hour, and temperatures early in the day, they're starting off really nice. Humidity has come down considerably, and we're starting off in the 80s from 6 to 8 a.m. But by 10 a.m., we're already up to 95 with those highs right around 107 tomorrow. Mark?
All right, Linz, thanks. The husband of a Valley influencer will not be charged in the drowning death of their son. Brady Kaiser is married to Emily Kaiser. In May, their 3-year-old son drowned in their backyard pool. Earlier this month, Chandler police recommended that Brady Kaiser be charged with 1 count of child abuse. But the Maricopa County Attorney's Office came back and declined to charge, saying there's no reasonable likelihood of conviction. Convicted murderer Lori Vallow Daybell felt the wrath of victims over and over again today in a packed courtroom as a judge issued 2 life sentences for 2 murder conspiracy cases here in Arizona. Those sentences are on top of the life sentences she received in Idaho. The I-Team's Erica Stapleton was in court for the final chapter.
Some of these victims and their families have been waiting 6 years for justice in these cases, and there were some striking moments in the courtroom, from tearful and painful victim impact statements to Lori Vallow Daybell's disturbing demeanor.
Lori, right in prison.
Prison is exactly where Lori Vallow Daybell is going.
You are a manipulator, a parasite, and a coward.
She spent the morning listening to person after person
Murderess!
describe how she upended their lives.
I trusted you!
Back in 2023, Lori Vallow Daybell was sentenced to life in prison in Idaho for killing her children, Tylee and JJ, and for her role in the death of Tammy Daybell, her husband Chad Daybell's first wife. Now she's sentenced to life in prison in Arizona for conspiring to kill her former husband, Charles Vallow, who died in 2019, and another life sentence in Arizona for conspiring to kill her niece's ex-husband, Brandon Boudreaux, who survived a shooting attempt.
I will always fear her for what she would try to do, again, to hurt my family.
Brandon's new wife, Jenny.
He has survivor's guilt. He sometimes wondered why he survived and the others did not.
Lori Vallow Daybell's son, Colby Ryan, her only living child.
I believe that Lori Vallow herself is the family tragedy.
JJ Vallow's grandparents not only spoke for themselves.
You will never get anything out of me again in your life. You are nothing.
But his grandma, Kay Woodcock, read a letter written from JJ's perspective.
I should be 13 years old now, but I'm forever 7. The impact of my father's death was my murder.
As person after person shared their pain, the person who caused it just sat there. She didn't take her last chance to show remorse.
If I was accountable for these crimes, I would acknowledge it, and I would let you know how sorry I was.
The judge sending her off.
Eventually, the camera that you seek out so much, the media requests, will lessen over time and you'll fade into obscurity.
Into obscurity as her surviving victims go free.
After 6.5 years of her hell, we're done.
Next, Lori Vallow Daybell will be extradited from Arizona back to Idaho, where she will serve the rest of her natural life in prison. MCSO said they could not discuss details of the extradition. We're in the newsroom. Erica Stapleton, 12 News.
Erica, thanks for your reporting on this. Still